Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to an exciting episode of CSGO News. As always, let's get right into it. And first off in today's news, guys, we do have a controversy between ESPN and former Liquid s1mple. It's been no secret ever since the major was over and Liquid s1mple and s1mple was actually done with Liquid. It's been no secret that people have actually hinted at him joining Na'Vi for a long time. Now it's also been now leaked and confirmed by ESPN sources that have not been revealed that s1mple will be joining Na'Vi in the coming weeks, with it also being likely that s1mple will be replacing the longest term Na'Vi member known as Zeus. Now s1mple, after reading the article or after the article was released, he tweeted out this saying ESPN was wrong, but it's really hard to take on what actually s1mple meant by his tweet. As you guys see in the tweet, all he said was ESPN was wrong. He was very upset about that. We're not sure what part ESPN was actually wrong about. They could be right that s1mple is still joining Na'Vi, but maybe s1mple is instead replacing people like maybe Flamey instead of Zeus. So we're not really sure who to believe in this case. Obviously ESPN Esports, not the most legit source, kind of like CSGO News. They've had their mistakes in the past. We're not really sure. They've also had their hits. They've had a lot of articles where they actually got their sources correct. And maybe it's also, former Liquid s1mple actually trolling everyone like a lot of CSGO pros do. They tweet out a lot of lies, and in the midst of time, they lie for a short amount of time just to keep people guessing, and then it turns out they were just trolling all of us. So it's really hard to believe anyone in this case, but it could definitely be possible that s1mple is still going to Na'Vi and replacing either Zeus or Flamey or anyone on the team that is. So everything's still speculation as of right now. Everything's still unconfirmed. CSGO News has reached out to a reporter for ESPN known as Jacob Wolf to confirm his sources. And in some real CSGO News, guys, with the Eleague Finals match last night, which is set to be historical between Fnatic and Virtus.pro, both of these teams dominated ever since the quarterfinals onwards, but especially since the semifinals. We had Fnatic take down Na'Vi in the semifinals 2-0, and Virtus.pro take down their counterpart mousesports 2-0 as well. So definitely a great hyped up Eleague finals match here for the $390,000 purse. And it was Virtus.pro who's been looking amazing these last 2 months. I would say better these last 2 months than they did all of 2014, during their hyped up years. They obviously had the downturn in 2015 and now have come back between, probably going to retire earlier this year when they were having a really big downturn, and now coming back as one of the oldest squads in CSGO history, and now showing success as they did take down Fnatic in the finals in a very shocking way. They as well swept Fnatic 2-0 in the finals, both 16-10 and 16-8 on Cobblestone and Mirage where the map plays. They took the first ever Eleague title as well as a $390,000 purse. So congrats to Virtus.pro, again, looking absolutely amazing. And just a quick side note, guys, heading into those quarterfinals, those final 8 teams of Eleague, it was Virtus.pro, besides Cloud9 having a 5-5 record, out of those group stages, it was Virtus.pro going 6-3 with by far the worst record of those final 8 teams, again, besides Cloud9. So probably one of the least expected teams to actually take the finals at all, and Virtus.pro still managed to do it, so congrats to them again. And in some huge CSGO news for the Brazilian scene, we had Luminosity Gaming finally acquire another roster, and that was the former roster of Team WinOut, a team that now has a lot of hype around them because LG has obviously acquired them, but they have not seen too much success in the past, although they have won several small North American tournaments. I'm trying to bring the hype down between this team because a lot of people are expecting a lot of things and a lot of big shoes to fill for this team. Now, over the past couple months, they've only been together as a full roster for about 2 months now, but they're already considered arguably a top 15 North American team, but honestly, that's not saying much. Like I said before, they've won quite a few small North American tournaments, but their biggest victories have been against teams like Team Caliber and WinterFox, but they've avoided playing top tier North American teams. We have a lot of forums saying that this is the best, North American team, North American powerhouse, South American powerhouse coming into the scene right now, but honestly, they've avoided playing teams like Cloud9, Liquid, TSM. They've even avoided playing teams like Echo Fox. They couldn't even play them, and they've also lost to teams like Optic Gaming. So as of right now, probably, around the top 15, top 10 team in North America, but again, they have not played those top 5 actual top tier teams in North America, which are far different from teams like Team Caliber and Team WinterFox and all those other North American teams. There's a far and a distant gap between those top tier teams when it comes to top 5 of America and top 15 in America. As of right now, though, it's tough to say where this team could end up. As many of you guys know, the LG roster now into SK still seeing great success, the #1 team in the world, and then we also the former Temple Storm Brazilian team come into Immortals and also a top 10 team in the world as well. So obviously big shoes to fill here for this American Brazilian team. Can't wait to see what happens. And speaking of the former LG and new SK roster, we had SK Fallen tweet out this yesterday, confirming the team's newest member known as Stiven. Now, it's still unknown and unsure exactly what Stiven's role will be on the team. Although coach seems like the obvious answer, we still have to wait for SK to confirm what his actual roles will be. A lot of people are saying he might actually replace FNX or one of the riflers, which would be absolutely insane to have a #1 team actually change their roster like this, announcing it on a stream and on a tweet like this. So it's very unexpected. He probably will be on the coaching role. We'll have to wait for SK to confirm, though. And finally, in today's CSGO news, it was just back in early June of this year when the former Titan player known as Maniac left his coaching role for Envious to pursue other interests in esports, but he has now announced his return with a new CSGO team who will go by the name of Team Unity. The roster also consists of Maniac, former Dignitas player Tensky, probably their best pickup right there, the former Copenhagen Wolves and mousesports player known as CadiaN. He's a very well-known player. He also stood in for SK Gaming not too long ago, as well as Team Preparations former player known as Glace, and a guy who is also known as Headshot. He goes by HS in game. So a very tentative roster as of right now. Tensky probably one of those better choices. I'm very curious to see how this actual team does and what their first tournament will be like. If they're going to turn out like, you know, those LDLC teams and playing those lower tier tournaments, and we're not going to hear much from them, or hopefully they make some noise in the scene and we actually hear a lot from their games. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of CSGO News. I have my Twitter down below in the description, guys. I'm not doing a giveaway, but I have been doing these weekly key giveaways where I basically tweet out a picture of a key giveaway, and if you favorite the tweet, you all have a chance to enter. I've only given away 6 keys in the last week or so, but still, about a key a day is still a great chance that all of you guys have a chance at winning that. So feel free to follow me on Twitter down below, guys. I do love to give some kind of giveaway to all of you guys sometime every week, and giving away keys, I can definitely afford to do that every now and again. So if you guys also want to donate me keys to give away, I'd love to give those away as well. Hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, live, love, laugh a lot. Remember, I like you. I'll see you guys all tomorrow with a CSGO News episode. It is great to be back. I'll see y'all then. You guys know what's coming. Goodbye.